So then on the expense side, again, we've got some more forms we can use. We can use our write check form, and again, we would select which checking account we're going to be paying, that the debit's going to come from. Pay to the order of, this is typically a vendor, and that's right where it takes you to, but it might not be. You know, we can scroll up and maybe we're paying our customer a refund or something like that. And again, we're mimicking what an actual check may look like, and then you put the amount in, and then the account here is typically your expense account. So that's a write check form. Now this throws some people off a little bit, because where do most of our transactions now come from? They're auto debits, or we're using our debit card at Office Depot, and so we don't actually have a check. In that case, you still want to go ahead and use this form. Again, it's just a way to enter a debit and a credit, but just leave the check number blank. A lot of people like to fill that form in with ACH. They just don't like to leave it blank. Or debit. Personally, I don't like that. I like it just to be blank. Either it's an actual check number or it's blank. But it's up to you, okay? You can use QuickBooks however you like. If you want to put the word debit in there, you go ahead, or ACH, or whatever. So, but this is a way you can enter expenses, whether it be an actual check or just an expense using your debit card. And another place where a lot of us have expenses is on our credit cards, right? So we can use this form. We can use the credit card form to enter expenses. We would choose which credit card we've used. Under credit card purchased from is going to be our vendor. We'll fill in the amount, the date of the purchase, and then the account. This account is typically going to be an expense account, maybe for fuel or whatever. The rest of these are often blank. We don't really need a memo. Often our account is descriptive enough. We would use customer job if we were billing it back to the customer, or just attributing this expense directly to a customer. And we would mark it billable if we do want to include it on a future invoice for that customer. And then the class can be used for different things, which we're not going to talk about here. And then by the same token, we talked about invoices. If we want to track money that people owe us, and to track that as a way that we receive income. On the expense side, we have bills. So in our vendor section here in the home screen, we can see we can enter bills to be paid later. So maybe this is Verizon or something like that. We'll do a quick add here. Let's say the bill is dated today, but it's due in 15 or 10 days. We'll just leave that as is. We can fill in an amount, $122, and that would typically be for our telephone expense. Now, if we do enter the bill and accrue the payable, then we want to follow this workflow and pay the bill. A common mistake here is we enter the Verizon bill, but then when we reconcile our statement, we can see that we paid it for $122, and then we write a check for $122. This is not connected to this, and we need it to be, and that's why you have to enter a bill. In fact, if you click on Pay Bills, you'll see, I did that too quickly. I'm sorry. Let's do that again. You see, this is another form. This is a Pay Bills form, and it is a way to allow us to enter another debit and a credit. It's going to relieve the accounts payable, and then it's going to make an entry into whatever payment account you choose. In this case, it is the checking account.